Yo, today is September 3rd, 2022. Welcome to Simply Bitcoin Live. We are your number one source for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution. We cover the breaking news, culture, memetic warfare. We expose central bankers, governments, altcoins. We show you why only Bitcoin can give you true financial sovereignty. Today's the Saturday special. Welcome, everybody. But first, I want to say what's up to my awesome co-host. How you doing, Opti?
What's up, Nico? What's up, world? How are you guys doing today? It is Saturday. I know y'all chilling, watching Saturday morning cartoons, but now you're with us, man. It's good to be here, Nico. We were just talking about how great it is to be able to do this, so I'm happy to be here. Culture segment is I came across this thread, and it was, what advice would you give yourself when you started the Bitcoin journey? So we're gonna get into that, so hopefully people don't wreck themselves.
Absolutely. Today, we're going to cover, it's literally the name of the title, an article by the propaganda mainstream media called, I wouldn't even call them mainstream anymore, I'd call them legacy, El Salvador's Bitcoin experiment. It's failed. And we're going to go through the various reasons as why that's just totally wrong. And suspiciously, the same article is advocating for, you know what? The US dollar. But anyways, let's start the show. Let's do this. Number time. Brought to you by NODL. They make some of the best Bitcoin nodes. Run your own version of Bitcoin Core, the Lightning Network, Whirlpool, and Dojo, all from the comfort of your own home. Remember, guys, if you don't run your own Bitcoin node, you're trusting someone else's. And if you're a digital nomad, you have no excuse, because now you could run a NODL through a virtual private server. Visit nodl.eu today. Bitcoin Beacon, you won the BitBox competition, my bro, and I still haven't heard from you. Contact us through Twitter DMs, and we'll get you in contact with the BitBox guys. If you guys want to see the raffle live, we did it in yesterday's episode. Opti, what did you say?
Oh, I was just gonna say I told him in a space yesterday, so I think he's aware. I told him to watch again today because we got to make sure it's the same one. So we don't get rugged.
Exactly. Bitcoin Beacon, we're waiting for you, brother. Anyways, at the time of recording, the Bitcoin price is $19,818 US. Sats per dollar is also known as Moscow time. 5,046 block height, 752,426 reachable Bitcoin nodes, 14,462 blocks to the halving, 87,574 halving estimate April 22nd, 2024. Total Lightning Network capacity 4,639. Capacity value, $91 million US. Realized monetary inflation, Bitcoin taking the US dollar to absolute school, 1.78%. Market capitalization for $379 billion with a B. Bitcoin is still a baby. Anyways, today I want to go back in time. It is the Saturday special. If you guys were wondering where the story of the word hodl came from, I got you. Comes all the way back from 2013. I'm going to read you the original post. It's absolutely hilarious. It's a must read. We put if you want to frame it, which a lot of us do, definitely check out the link description. That's where it is. Anyways, original post was by DTCX NMC, and he says, I typed D, that title, twice because I knew it was wrong the first time. Still wrong, whatever. Girlfriend out at a lesbian bar, Bitcoin crashing. Why am I hodling? And why am I holding? I'll tell you why. It's because I'm a bad trader, and I know I'm a bad trader. Yeah, you good traders can spot the highs and low, pity patty, wing wong wang, just like that, and make $1 million. No problem, bro. But likewise, the weak hands are like, oh no, it's going down. I'm gonna sell. He. And then they're like, oh God, my asshole. When the smart traders, you know what the fuck they're doing. Buy back. But you know what? I'm part of that group. When the traders buy back, I'm already part of the market capital. So guess who? You're cheating, day traders, not me. Those taunting threads saying, oh, you should have sold. Yeah, no shit. I should have sold. I should have sold moments before every sell and bought moments before every buy. But you know what? Not everybody is as cool as you. You only sell in a bear market if you are a good day trader or an illusion noob. the people in between. In a zero sum game such as this, traders can only take your money if you sell. So I've had some whiskey actually on a bottle. It's spelled whiskey, whatever. Sue me, but only if it's payable in Bitcoin. Now, it's debatable because the name of the post is I am hodling. Did he spell this on purpose or did he spell it wrong because he was drunk? No, who knows? But anyways, a little bit of a throwback into Bitcoin history. Legendary post. And you know who it reminds me of? It reminds me of one of Opti's good friends, Fuckboy.
Oh, let's go. I love this post, man. The ping pang witty whatever. Like, this is the energy. I'm literally gonna pretty much cover the same thing in the culture. Like, I'm glad that we brought this. We didn't coordinate this, but guys, this is the energy, man. Like, it's a bear market. Hey, if you're a good trader, by all means, do what you got to do. But for the rest of us, just buy Bitcoin, save in Bitcoin, and go live your life. Hopefully your life isn't as bad as this guy where you're absolutely wasted and your girlfriend's out at a lesbian bar. But hey, it is what it is.
Yep. Fucking Yellow's crashing the thing again has me distracted. But was he faded, Opti, or did he do that on purpose?
Did you ever see the video? Did you ever see the video afterwards?
No.
I forget who it was, but like Cointelegraph or something did a video that followed up on this at like some kind of anniversary, and he admitted, he's like, yeah, I was drinking cheap whiskey, I was hammered, and the market was tanking. My girlfriend was leaving me, and I was just in a bad place, and people were telling me to sell my Bitcoin, and it's like, you know what? I am not a good trader. I am drunk, and he couldn't spell hodling or holding, and we got an epic meme out of it. I think this is just a quintessential Bitcoin stuff, you know, just like you take the reckoning and you turn it into something good. Turn every no into a solid yes, and this is just the way of the Bitcoiner.
Yep, and take a look at that fucking date, bro. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah. Also, you reminded me, this guy actually is a shitcoiner now. He really got disillusioned. I think he might even be like a BSV bag holder or Bcasher or something, like wrecked, absolutely wrecked. You know, as I always say, fix your mind and your ass will follow. I guess this guy's mind never got fixed. So,
well, dude, he will forever be a legend because he did come up with the legendary term hodl. I don't know. Anyways, let's get to the news and expose the legacy media. Daily news. Brought to you by CryptoCloaks.com. They make some of the best 3D printed Bitcoin merch, from node cases to key rings to the vents on the back of your ASIC for air management, and of course the famous 3D printed Bitcoin grenade toy, which comes in any custom color your heart desires. You want it in gold? They make it in gold. And you can take advantage of the promo code down below to get 5% off CryptoCloaks.com. All right. So, another attack, like always. Unfortunately for these people, we bring the receipts. So let's check it out. Let's check out the spin like we always do. This is Grady Boosh, and he's a total douche. Retweeted, says, a total failure, nationalreview.com. The name of the article was, the verdict is in for El Salvador. Bitcoin experiment, it's failed. Let's check it out, shall we? And suspiciously, everyone, take a look at the author, Steve Hanke. We all know how Steve Hanke feels about Bitcoin. Steve Hanke is a panky. Anyways, let's go down. Since Bukele assumed the presidency on June 1st, 2019, his first mover, grandiose plan for Bitcoin in El Salvador has generated buzz and a litany of failures. Let's check those out, shall we? In 2001, long before Bukele arrived on the scene, El Salvador phased out its domestic currency, the colon, and introduced a dollarized competitive currency regime, one in which the dollar was legal tender. But any other currency could be used. Since then, the country has rediscovered economic stability. Okay, right? Fine. The dollar is definitely, you can't make an argument against that because they are the world's reserve currency. It definitely is a little bit more stable than, a local currency of a poor country. That inevitably the central bank is going to try to print more money over there, and that's going to lead to inflation, right? Not every country has the benefit of the US dollar that's able to outsource a lot of its debt due to other countries holding the US dollar, right? So that's the first thing. Annual inflation has averaged just a hair over 2% since 2001. Well, not anymore. I mean, like the US dollar, what was it? It hit a peak of 9%, 8.5. Some people say it's not done with inflation. Some people say it is. I don't know. But not anymore. The lowest in Latin America over that period. Economic growth has outpaced the Latin American average. Exports have risen steadily at a faster rate than most countries in the region. So do you see what they did there? They implied that because of the US dollar, economic growth has outpaced. But unfortunately for them, Simply Bitcoin fact checks them. This is June 1st, 2019, right? This is when they implemented the Bitcoin law. Now, something interesting happened, right? Which was, take a look at this. Take a look at 2019, economic growth, 8.6, 2020. But look at 2021. The economic growth in El Salvador, the GDP growth, was at 10.8%. Not too long after they implemented the Bitcoin law. Remember what we always say here? We say that Bitcoin changes your outlook for the future because it's a deflationary currency, because your purchasing power increases over time. All of a sudden you have hope because you're like, oh, if I just save and I'm very disciplined with my savings and I try not to spend, all of a sudden opportunities open up for me. And what I've seen change, I've seen that fundamentally change my life. I've seen that change Opti's life. I've seen that change hundreds of Bitcoiners' life, right? NVK's handle, I always bring it up. His handle is deterministic optimism, and that's exactly what it does. So is it a coincidence that a year or two after they implemented the Bitcoin law, the GDP of El Salvador rose? I don't think so. Max Kaiser makes the case for this all the time. But anyways, back to the propaganda article. So yeah, it's not because of the US dollar, but of course they're trying to commingle that. Annual inflation has averaged just over here. Economic growth has outpaced the Latin American average. We read that. Indeed, from a currency perspective, there's no difference between El Salvador, New York, Texas, or California. Well, it's weird because California and New York don't have Bitcoin as legal tender, but California and New York are actually decreasing economically. People are fleeing for better opportunities in Texas and Florida, right? And the murder rate in both those states has continued to go up. But remember, El Salvador was known as the murder rate of the world. Let's take a look at the murder rate in El Salvador from 2010 to 2022, right? We know that the Bitcoin law was implemented in 2019. Let's take a look at the murder rate. 2020, 20 people for 100,000, 20 people murdered. In 2021, 17.5, and 2022, it's 12.2. So obviously we've been going down, right? But you can't say that that's due to Bitcoin. Of course not. Enter Bukele on September 7, 2021. He put his Bitcoin mania into practice. It's already trying to set a narrative. It's saying the Bitcoin mania. He implemented what was and remains a highly unpopular Bitcoin law, and it was billed as a law that would make Bitcoin legal tender throughout El Salvador. To implement Bukele's Bitcoin law, the Salvadorian government designed and launched an app, the Chivo wallet. It was intended to facilitate transactions in Bitcoin. Salvadorians were encouraged to download the app. Indeed, doing so was accompanied with a $30 gift, a significant sum, nearly half of El Salvador's weekly GDP. Bukele claimed that the law would lower the cost of remittances to El Salvador and would improve the country's financial inclusivity. One of Hankies published a series, and of course, they brush over this part because they know they can't compete. Remember the data that was coming out of El Salvador. This is already a success. There's more Bitcoin wallets today in El Salvador than legacy bank accounts. So it's already won in the financial inclusivity part, but they can't put this into the article because they're trying to sell you a narrative. And that in itself already shows me that the Bitcoin law in El Salvador has succeeded if it has surpassed the number of legacy bank accounts, because legacy bank account requires a tremendous amount of red tape to open, right? It already won. But anyways, one of Hankies published a series of articles for National Review and elsewhere exposing Bukele's claims as perfidious. The first and perhaps most crucial misrepresentation was Bukele's branding of the Bitcoin law as legal tender law. In reality, the Bitcoin law was a forced tender law. Article 7 of the law stipulates that every economic agent must accept Bitcoin as a payment when offered by whoever acquires a good or service. With that, freedom of currency choice, which has accompanied El Salvador's dollarization of 2001, went out the window. Since there's a weak rule of law in El Salvador, the forced tender provision of the Bitcoin law has no teeth. Wait a second. Hold on a second. So first they say it was forced, and then they say the forcing is not being enforced, right? And the reason they even brought this up is because they're trying to make a point that as a result, most Salvadorian businesses, 80% refuse to accept Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. Okay, fine, fair enough argument. When they first implemented credit cards, maybe some of you guys were old enough, some places didn't even have the machines, so they had these like metal stamp things that you had to stamp out a credit. Have you noticed that some credit cards, the numbers are like indented? There's a reason for that, because there used to be machines where you would literally make a copy of the credit card and they would bill you down the road. Not everyone accepted credit cards when they first released. And now fast forward 10, 20, 30, 40 years later, and now some places don't accept cash and they only accept credit and debit card. So to think that the implementation of a new financial paradigm was going to happen so fast is ridiculous. And even the fact, right, having said that, still, the fact that only a couple months after the Bitcoin law was implemented, more people had a Bitcoin wallet than a legacy bank account. So, like, it's just bullshit. Bukele's second misrepresentation was that the Bitcoin law and the accompanying Chivo wallet would result in a steep reduction in the cost of transmitting remittances to Salvadorians. As Hankey pointed out in September 2021, Bukele's claim was bumpkin. Indeed, according to the World Bank, the cost of the traditional wire transfers in El Salvador. Oh, according to the World Bank. That's like asking the horse and buggy people how they think about cars, man. It's so ridiculous. The cost of traditional wire transfers in El Salvador is the lowest in all Latin America, the 6th lowest in the world. Now, it's funny because they went from remittances to wire transfers. It's incredibly difficult to send money to El Salvador for most people. And we've already gone over the rates for Western Union, and it's anywhere between 30 to 20%, meaning if you send $100, they take 20% of that $100 and you have to go to a physical location. Versus Bitcoin, you could sit at home and you can receive money from overseas using US dollars. Doesn't even have to be Bitcoin, using the Bitcoin network itself. And you don't have to put yourself in danger. You don't have to travel anywhere, and it costs you a fraction of a percent. So this is a complete misrepresentation. This is a fucking lie. And of course, they have to spin it this way because this whole piece reads like they're promoting the US dollar. Not surprisingly, a National Bureau of Economic Research working paper that in February 2022, a minuscule 1.6% of remittances sent to El Salvador were received via Bitcoin. So is that because it's saying that Bitcoin is an inferior technology? Is that saying that because Bitcoin isn't used? Or is this just a matter of education? Since Bitcoin is a highly speculative asset, I mean, fine, but it goes up and to the right. It could be volatile in the short term, but you can't say that this, look, Bitcoin was literally worth less than $100 10 years ago. Now it's sitting pretty at 19,824. It reached an all-time high of 69,000. This thing is deflationary in nature. It will go up forever. Fine, the short-term volatility is the price you pay for number go up fucking technology. Anyways, prior to Bukele's first Bitcoin trade on September 6, 2021, Hankey warned in August 2021 article that any investment in El Salvador in Bitcoin might result in trading losses and would certainly result in a credit downgrade. Since his first speculative foray into the Bitcoin market in September, Bukele has appropriated over $100 million in treasury funds to purchase 2,381 Bitcoins. Those Bitcoins are now worth $48 million. Bukele's crypto speculation has forced El Salvador to accept a higher risk profile. So let's take a look at this, right? when you guys got into Bitcoin, or when I got into Bitcoin, right, dude, unless you timed it perfectly right, most likely you got totally screwed by the upcoming bear market. And we call that paying your price of tuition, right? Everyone does it. And just because Nayib Bukele is representing the country of El Salvador, just because Michael Saylor has billions of dollars and he's representing his company, MicroStrategy, doesn't change the fact that you have to pay your dues. And we always say on the show that it takes an average of 3 to 4 to 5 years, a full Bitcoin cycle, to really start benefiting, to really starting to feel the benefits of the hodl, right? But it only goes up from there. In 4 years, you're going to look like a genius to your family and friends. In 8 years, you're going to look like a fucking investing wizard. In 12 years, only very few people know that. But from what I could tell, they don't wear shoes and they've grown out their beards to look like fucking Gandalf. So they don't give a flying fuck. It must be worth something. Anyways, as night follows day, the higher risk profile has invited credit downgrades. In the last 6 months, Moody's, S&P, and Fitch, all those people have something to lose if Bitcoin wins. Remember, Moody's is also the agency that Biden used to reference that there would be no inflation. Moody's was also the agency that said that the Bear Stearns wouldn't fail in 2008. And these are the same people that are saying that El Salvador's bonds are junk. Anyways, at the end, it says the verdict is in on Bukele's Bitcoin experiment. It was based on false promises from beginning to end. A total failure. It is bullshit. Also in the article, it said that Nayib Bukele's Bitcoin law was extremely unpopular. Well, unfortunately for them, we are going to fact check them one more time. Here is the popularity of Bukele as a president. Remember, compare that to Joe Biden. Joe Biden right now is between 38 and 42%. Nayib Bukele, according to many polls, is anywhere between 85% and 94% approval rating, even after the Bitcoin law. Oh, man. Anyways, not to mention, he's not calling half the country that didn't vote for him fucking terrorist. Okay, which I think is a good thing. So why are they releasing stuff like that? Well, we've always made you the case, guys. That is because Bitcoin is a threat to the U.S. government's power, because the U.S. government gets a tremendous amount of power because they've weaponized the dollar to go after countries and to go after governments specifically they don't agree with. And Bitcoin is a fundamental threat to that power. So when they release articles like this, what they're really doing is that making the case for the US dollar and how the US dollar could do anything and everything Bitcoin can. And of course, they leave out, coincidentally, all the benefits that Bitcoin has given. Remember that the Bitcoin experiment started in Bitcoin Beach, and the reason that Bitcoin Beach started using Bitcoin is because they didn't have access to legacy financial rails in there. So they used Bitcoin as an alternative, and clearly it was a success. Anyways, moving on to why they're doing this. We read you this article. This article came out from the United Nations. At the top, it says prosperity for all, which is absolutely hilarious. And it says the United Nations spells out actions to curb cryptocurrencies in developing countries. And at the very end, it makes the case for central bank digital currencies. But look at the required policy actions. They're so insidious. When we covered this article, we missed this part. And it was actually when I was doing the Simply sessions with Ben from BTC Sessions, he was the actual one that he's like, Nico, you should read that last part. Dude, these people are maniacal. It says the United Nations urges authorities to take the following actions to curb the expansion of cryptocurrencies in developing countries. Ensure comprehensive financial regulation of cryptocurrencies through regulating crypto exchanges, digital wallets, decentralized finance, and banning regulated financial institutions from holding cryptocurrencies or offering related products to clients. Dude, the lead is buried right there. Use financial regulation of cryptocurrencies through regulating Bitcoin and shitcoin exchange to stifle the adoption of it. That's a huge, they're literally telling what they're doing. Restrict advertisements related to cryptocurrencies as for other high financial risk assets. Provide a safe, reliable, affordable public payment system adapted to the digital era, also known as central bank digital currencies. Agree and implement global tax coordination regarding cryptocurrency tax treatments, regulation, information sharing. Redesign capital controls to take account of the decentralized, borderless, pseudonymous features of cryptocurrency. So it's like, dude, very powerful people are releasing hit pieces on how to stop this revolution because these institutions have the most to lose, whether that's the World Bank, whether that's the IMF, whether that's the United Nations. They've been using those institutions to control other countries. And now those other countries, those developing countries, have an alternative. And they're saying, you know what? I don't believe your false promises, because if they would have worked, those developing countries would have benefited. Argentina has been bailed out by the IMF 6 times. 6. And they're still experiencing crazy inflation. Why is that? Satoshi explained it perfectly. The problem with central banking is you have to trust that your central bank isn't going to debase the currency. But as history has shown, many times, they have broken that trust. And now when there's an alternative that can't be debased, can't be easily confiscated, you have the creatures coming out of their caves because they know the gig is up. So what are they doing? It said it there. They have to de-incentivize the adoption of Bitcoin in those countries. They have to de-incentivize it. They have to kill it through regulation. They're telling you exactly what the game plan is, man. Woof. Opti, what's good?
Go off, King. Go off. Man, Steve Hankey's back. Like, it's just a big lull. You know, like, what a fucking loser. I can't believe that anyone takes people like him seriously. He's just part of this like economic class that is merely PR for the powers that be. It's like, this guy doesn't do real economics, and yet he's a freaking professor of economics. It's absolutely insane. But furthermore, like, it amazes me that these institutions and quote unquote authority figures have any semblance of legitimacy when you realize that everything they're doing is just PR spin. Like, they don't do actual economics. They literally just spew out and blurt out fucking ridiculous nonsense. And we know Steve Hankey's biased. So, like, of course he's going to dunk on Bitcoin, and of course he's going to dunk on El Salvador. But, like, the matter of the fact is Bitcoin put El Salvador on the map. Like, we wouldn't be talking about El Salvador if it wasn't for Bitcoin, and this is a feature, not a bug. And to Nico's point, like, to the point that you're saying that this framing is them trying to say that the US dollar can do everything Bitcoin can except for being debased. Like, this is the fundamental thing that we're doing here is ensuring that these fucking parasites can't steal our money anymore, and that they can't continue to go down these perpetual wars. And just, you reminded me of in the beginning, like the complete beginning of this Nico Jones rant, when you were talking about the credit card stampers, bro. Like, I haven't thought about those in so long. I literally forgot about those. That's amazing. But it just goes to show you how early we really are in Bitcoin, and how early we are in the adoption phase of Bitcoin. Like, I say it all the time. If you go out in normal life, you know, you get out of Bitcoin Twitter, you get off your echo chamber, and you talk to a normal person, and you try to talk about Bitcoin, how many of these people are Bitcoiners? Like, very few and far in between. And furthermore, how many people even understand what the problem is? Again, very few and far in between. Like, there's what, damn near 7 billion people, 7 billion pre-coiners out there. Like, of course, these legacy systems and legacy institutions are going to try to dunk on Bitcoin. And I'm always reminded of the Christine Lagarde quote of, like, if there's an exit door, we must block it or else people will use it. Like, they've been telling us the game plan since the beginning, and people still call me the crazy conspiracy theorist. It's like, dude, read their writing. They say this up front. They tell you what they're going to do, and then you go and you think that we're the crazy ones. It's like, no. They are saying this up front. They're telling you they don't want you to use this stuff. They're telling you they don't want you to use freedom money. So what are we going to do? We're going to use freedom money and spread freedom money as far as possible, because this is the solution. Like, Bitcoin fixes this, guys. Remember the memes. Get back to basics. The memes are memes for a reason. You know, we are out meming them and we are out truthing them because our memes are backed with truth. They can spin up all kinds of articles that they want, but the truth is the truth, and all you got to do is you know, drop a meme on them and fucking wreck their whole narrative. Like, it's amazing that we are at this point in the saga. Is like, yo, they can do whatever they want, but we just counter it with a meme. It's like, oh yeah, I have a meme for this. Let me get through my files, and here's a meme for you. Like, you know, Nika says all the time, you know, tweets are the bullets and memes are the artillery. Like, we're winning, guys. The fact that they have to talk about this stuff is just further proof to me that we're winning, because again, it is our meme world and everyone else is just living in it. Like, they have to double down on Bitcoin narratives and try to spin it in a way that makes them look good. But you know, the truth is the truth. Bitcoin is the way. So hey, Steve Hanke, go fuck yourself.
Steve Hanke, go fuck yourself. Anyways, Opti, let's go check out the culture, shall we? Daily Culture. Brought to you by SwanBitcoin.com. Swan is the best way to build your Bitcoin stack with automated Bitcoin savings plans and instant purchases, serving clients of any size from $10 to $10 million. Swan incentivizes self-custody, and they also incentivize dollar cost averaging. Spread out that risk. Visit SwanBitcoin.com today. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Pacific Bitcoin. It's going to be the largest Bitcoin conference on the West Coast, November 10th through the 11th, Los Angeles, California. Speaker list includes Corey Clipston, Alex Epstein, Lynn Alden, Jeff Booth, Dylan LeClaire, Eric Kassan, Mark Moss, Alex Gladstein, Dr. Jeff Ross. That's right, Nico's there as well, and many more speakers to be announced as well. You could take advantage of the promo code SIMPLY to get a discount on your tickets to Pacific Bitcoin. Anyways, let's go check out what Opti has.
All right, guys. So if you remember, I believe it was 2 days ago on Thursday, my cousin hit me up and was wondering, you know, if the crypto market is going to go back up. And I think in the same vein, I saw this thread by Eric. I'm not going to even try to pronounce his last name, but it's a good question because it makes me think of like what my mistakes were during this Bitcoin journey. And the question is, Bitcoiners, what was the biggest mistake you made when you first started buying Bitcoin? And it got me thinking of, you know, all the L's I had to take to get here. I said it before, you know, I've done everything wrong in Bitcoin, and that is the only reason why I'm here. And this is the only reason why I understand, you know, the journey to get here is because I've literally made every mistake, but I somehow made it to here because I was just persistent. I was stubborn, and I just realized, look, there is something here. And the only way to figure that out is by studying Bitcoin. So I just want to help people out there. I'm sure there's some noobs out there that are still kind of maybe disillusioned by the shitcoin markets. We are in a bear market, and this is when I learned to become a Bitcoiner, is in the last bear market of 2018. And I fundamentally had one thought: okay, I need to better understand Bitcoin so I know what shitcoins are in comparison. But what would I do differently if I started up front with the right mentality and the right game plan? And as you can see, my biggest mistakes when I first started buying Bitcoin is trying to trade and not buying consistently every week/day. We just dropped an article by our buddy and our lovely friend Weinicus on our simplybitcoin.news Substack, and it's buying Bitcoin the Zen way. And I know that we've beaten this meme to death, but dollar cost averaging and just consistently saving in Bitcoin is literally the way for most people. It's just like, simplify your life, guys. I say it all the time, you know, find Bitcoin Zen, because it's really a simple process. Like, once you understand Bitcoin, like learning about Bitcoin, it can be very difficult. There is a learning curve. There is a certain, you know, wall that you have to climb to get the fundamental basics of Bitcoin. But once you understand Bitcoin, like, it's really not that hard. You know, 21 million hard cap, censorship resistant, blocks come in every 10 minutes. Like, what more do you really need? honestly, I think that's all people really need to hear. And so Eric responds back to me and he's like, I fell down that path. I've learned that stacking over trading produces better results for most people. And I double down and I say 99% of people are better off consistently saving, putting in cold storage, and going outside and live your life, guys. This is exactly what the numbers section was about with the classic I am hodling meme. It's like the majority of people, literally, you just need to save Bitcoin, ignore the price, and just continuously save in Bitcoin, continuously, you know, dollar cost average. But I don't really like using the dollar cost average because it's like too much big words. It's like, guys, just save in Bitcoin every week when you get a paycheck and just put it in cold storage and go live your life. Like, Bitcoin will be here for you when you need it. And this is a feature, not a bug. Like, you don't need to be as obsessed with Bitcoin. You literally just got to understand the basics. Save in Bitcoin, take custody of your Bitcoin, put it in cold storage, and go outside and live your life. Because if you're trying to watch the price every single day, you're going to turn into one of these lunatics, and you know, you're going to get shaken out of your bags because of some little price fluctuation. And then I saw this other meme, or this other tweet, and it's in the same vein. So we have this girl here. She's not even a Bitcoiner, but she goes, how have so many generations managed to work till retirement age? I'm 25 and I'm tired. And I remember this feeling as well. When you're in the fiat world, when you're in the matrix, it's just so demoralizing. Like, it's very hard it's very hard to stay optimistic when your money is losing value and you're realizing, wow, I can't do the things that I want to do. And so I just added, you know, my little wisdom of it. It's like, opt out of the rat race, work on something that excites you when you get out of bed every morning, but still pays you, guys. Because, you know, don't just chase your passions and be broke. You need to make money out there. Do something that excites you. But the wisdom is like what Nico was saying. You got to live below your means, save your excess cash in Bitcoin, and then thank me later, guys. Like, it's really this simple. Just save the excess cash in Bitcoin, put it in cold storage, and go live your life. And I saw this tweet by the Bitcoin conference. It's literally this easy, guys. Just hold Bitcoin and be patient. Like, that's it, guys. There was another tweet that I saw on Twitter, and it was like, all self-help philosophy boils down to, you know, avoiding doing something with a quick result. It's like, think for the long term. And that's what you got to do, guys. Like, Bitcoin does something to your psychology where you realize, wow, I am discounting future me way too much, and I just need to save for future me. Like, love yourself a little more, guys. Love future you a little bit. Do yourself a favor and pay yourself first. Make sure that you're saving in Bitcoin, because you can't get debased. Look at what we've been showing you consistently. The dollar is literally stealing value from you, and it's really this simple. Just save in Bitcoin, put in cold storage, and go live your life. But as I said, you know, people have to learn the hard way. And look at this tweet that I see here from Bitcoin is Savings and Stephen Cole. He says, a friend in LA got this in her mailbox, and it's an ad for Hex blockchain, and they're putting it in people's fucking mailboxes. Like, this is absolutely insane to me that we're at this point where you know, you have shit coins getting mailed to you as this is the way to escape fiat slavery. And guys, it's literally, let's get back to the original. Do not try to trade your Bitcoin, because shitcoins are just a way to steal your Bitcoin, and just continuously save in Bitcoin. Like, it's really this fucking simple, guys. I don't know how much more I have to jump down this rabbit hole, because it really is this simple to me. It just save in Bitcoin, live your life, and everything will be better. But I saw this video, Nico, and I really want to play it, because it really does hit me in the feels, because people really think that, you know, being a Bitcoiner is like a first world thing. And I love this video right here, because I fundamentally believe the same thing, that Bitcoin is freedom. But don't take it from me, man. Take it from other people around the world. And shouts out to Documenting Bitcoin, because this is the vibe to me, man. Just save in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is freedom. So I'm going to share this little video, guys, and then we'll roll this one out. So hopefully you can hear this, Nico.
What is Bitcoin to you?
Friendly.
What is Bitcoin to you?
It's freedom.
What is Bitcoin to you?
Freedom.
Bitcoin to you?
Freedom.
What's Bitcoin to you?
Freedom.
What's Bitcoin to you?
Freedom. Freedom.
What's Bitcoin to you?
Love.
Love. What's Bitcoin to you?
Freedom.
What's Bitcoin to you?
Future.
What's Bitcoin to you?
Store value.
And what's Bitcoin to you?
Independence. Freedom.
Anybody else I didn't ask? What's Bitcoin?
The future.
The future. All right, everybody covered.
All right, guys. So I added that in the end because I fundamentally feel this, guys. You know, Bitcoin is freedom. Bitcoin is the future. Like, love yourself, guys. Pay yourself. Save in Bitcoin. Save for your future. Because if you don't do it, who else will, guys? And it's really this simple. I wish someone told me this in the beginning. I know someone probably did, and I was, you know, I got greedy and was like, yo, I can out trade this and I can make my bags way bigger. But really, guys, we have the meme, you know, stay humble, stack sats. But really, it's like, provide the value, save your excess profits in Bitcoin, and go live your life and build skills and become a better fucking human instead of trading shit coins and you know, fleecing some other noob out there. Like, guys, do something of value and save in Bitcoin and go and live your life. Like, this is fundamentally what it's about. And if everyone starts doing this, everyone will unplug from the matrix and we'll have a lot happier life out there. Like, people will become happier. Like Nico said it in the numbers. If it's done it for us, it can do it for everyone. You just have to trust the process, guys. Save in Bitcoin and understand that in time, you will be free from the matrix. Like, it's really this simple. And I know it's hard for people to get this in the beginning, but it's really this simple. And I can only tell you from the back end, man, I'm about to hit my 5-year anniversary in Bitcoin. And it's just amazing how far I've come personally. And it's all due to Bitcoin. It's all due to trusting this process. Save in Bitcoin, provide value, and go and live your life. Fix your mind and your ass will follow. Anyways, Nico, jump in. I don't know what else we need.
Man, I'm fucking loving the culture, bro. I like it. So much optimism in the culture. Fucking dope. Dude, that video at the end in Cameroon, shout out to Paco de la India, was just so inspiring because, and I think a lot of us, like, you know, they get confused. I know the majority of our audience is the United States. This is a worldwide phenomenon, right? This is bringing freedom and private property rights that could be protected to everyone. And that's what made me so bullish out of that whole thing, bro, was that video. And you're just seeing people, you've never seen them before. You don't know who they are, but they're all on the same message. I know you had a little bit of people saying future. I know you had a little people say, what else did they say? They said freedom. It was one
store of value,
store
freedom,
of value,
future,
right?
love.
So it's like, so either Paco de la India went around and said, bro, this is what Bitcoin is or those people know on a fundamental level, right? So, and that's what has me the most bullish, and kind of connect this with the article from the United Nations. That is why they're writing those articles. That is why, because the message of freedom is going everywhere and it's exposing their terrible incentives in the process. And that's why they hate it. Anyways, let's check out the meme review. Daily meme review.
Brought to you by Bitbox 2 Bitcoin Only Edition, a hardware wallet by Shift Crypto. Crypto like cryptography. It's secure, it's open source, and it's so easy your mom can set it up. Self-custody is the revolution, and the Bitbox makes it simple. Do not leave your Bitcoin on an exchange. Order a Bitbox today. I love the ad, man. High energy, bro. High energy Opti is the way.
Bitbox.
All right, guys.
Bitbox.
All right. So the first, actually, before I get in, guys, remember, drop your meme review score so we can cover it on the show. Do it before the last one. I'm not going to rug pull you with bad memes. Obviously, you know I have good taste. And as Nico says, you know,
humble Opti.
Hey, I am the meme guy. This is what I love to do. And as Nico says, you know, tweets are the bullets, but memes are the artillery in the mimetic war that we are in. I don't know if you guys saw, but the Pope is saying that we are on the cusp of World War III. So we are already in the information World War III right now, guys. And as I've been saying, it's a disinformation war, and they're just trying to, you know, blast you with so much information that you don't even know that you're saying anymore. But this is why we show up, and this is why you guys, the shit posters, the memers out there, are doing Satoshi's work. Spread the sound money gospel through pictures and lols. So first one is by our friend RDBTC, and I know you guys feel this, man. This is like a perfect theme for, or themed meme for all we've said today. And it's just a Bitcoiner in normie land. You know, a Chad Bitcoiner is like, they don't know Bitcoin is hope. And then you got the normies, more guns for the Ukraine, and then some more normies. Inflation will go away soon. No. Just, you know, stay asleep, guys, or wake up and understand that the Matrix has you and you need to save in Bitcoin. The next one is by BTC Brian 21, and this is I love this meme. It's not even really a meme, but like this is a meme in my opinion. He goes, imagine selling Bitcoin because this guy said some stuff, and it's just a picture of Jerome Powell. It's like, man, imagine being concerned about what another man says about your monetary policy. Could never be me. Can't relate. 21 million hard cap. Like, oh my God. And then this one, I really wanted to put a video meme in here, but it was too long, and you know, all the YouTube rules and stuff. But here's a great meme, and this one hit me in the heart because this is literally me, man. You know, this one's by @Boomstick44, Maximus Payne. And it goes, you merely adopted the bear market. I was born in it. Pleb. Yes, guys, I was born in the 2018 bear market. I literally bought the top of 2017. And I just stuck with it, guys. If you are in the same position and you are being born in the 2022 bear market, just trust the process. Double down on your education. Continue to stack Bitcoin. Continue to save in Bitcoin. And go live your life. Build your skills up, mine fiat, and save in Bitcoin. This is the way. And then yesterday, of course, I'm going to continue to dunk on the president because that shit was absolutely insane. I can't believe that the propagandists thought this would be a good idea. But anyways, this is from a girl that's not even a Bitcoiner, and it's a chicken queen, and she goes, and it's based on a, you know, Seinfeld meme. Kramer, what's going on in there? And it's the Joe Biden speech yesterday that was very fascist. And you got Kramer, communist propaganda, Jerry. Yes. And this was I didn't have the first one, but this was a poll that my buddy Weinicke did on our BK account, and he did something about, like, you know, hodl. Let me see if I can get it, guys. He goes, did you stack corn today? DCA every day, all out of dry pow. And then Copernicus goes, is FOMO buy related to smash buy? And he goes, no. Hugh smash buy, I FOMO buy every day. We're not the same. This is the way, guys. Capitulate your fiat, save in Bitcoin, and life is better. And this next one, I had this conversation with my buddy Tucson Bitcoin on Twitter and in space yesterday, and it boiled over to Twitter, and we were laughing about voting. And so I found this meme this morning, and it's just perfect meme. And we got an NPC here, and he goes, "A rain dance, haha! Why do they think these meaningless rituals will have any effect?" And then that same guy votes. Like, voting's a scam, guys. Vote with your pocketbook and your feet. And Bitcoin allows both.
No, the only motherfucking vote that matters is taking Bitcoin into self-custody. That is the strongest fucking vote you could ever make.
All right, and this last one, this is a meme by Rothmus, but I wanted to add size commentary under it, so I'm going to read the meme first, and it goes, at some point we need to quit asking who needs to pay more taxes and focus on where the hell all of our money is going. Bars, absolute bars. And then Sai responds, ICO Sanat goes, it's really something when you can literally print all the money you could ever want or need and still need and want more money. Absolutely insane clown world that we live in. But hey, you know, who am I? I'm just a humble Bitcoiner on Twitter that talks his shit. Anyways, for my meme review score, I got this voltage car smelly thing. It says off the chain air freshener. What's it say? Like smells sovereign. So I haven't smelt it yet. I'll put it in my. I don't even have a car out here in Texas right now, so I'll put it in my roommate's car, and we'll see how it smells.
Very nice, very nice. For those memes, I'm going to give it. I'm upgrading my camera. And we are releasing a new Simply Bitcoin show format directly to Twitter. Hint, hint. You know who you are, Rustin. I'm going to give it the box to my new lenses, Panasonic. But anyways, before I give it 100%, guys, rate the meme. Put your score in the live chat, and we will read the meme score on the show. But I'm going to give it a Panasonic Luminex lens that I'm going to use on my new camera. I'm going to start reading some of the scores. The first one, we have Yellow. God damn it, Yellow. Yellow Gibbs, it's an RD strike watermark. Okay, very nice. And there's a delay. No.
Hold on. I see a few comments in here. People saying that they bought the top. Guys, literally just continue to save in Bitcoin. Dollar cost average is the way. Do not get shaken out. Like we've been telling you guys, big corporations are buying Bitcoin and they're getting into Bitcoin. And this is the playbook. They try to shake out the retail investor. So you double down on your education and continue to save in Bitcoin. It's really this simple, guys. The price is noise when you understand infinity divided by 21 million.
Exactly. Narwhal Tacos. I give each of those memes their very own IRS agents. Very, very good scores. But anyways, there was an open source software release today. Let's check it out. Bitcoin software release. Brought to you by CipherSafe. Don't be that person that stores their Bitcoin seed on paper. Paper is prone to water damage, fire damage, dog attacks, everything. Your seed could be eaten by dogs or cats or animals if you store it on paper. You definitely want to store your seed on steel, and there's no better place to do it than the CipherSafe. Get yourself a Cypher wheel or a Cypher grid today. Visit cyphersafe.io. All right. First of all, before Opti, Pedro Santos gave the memes an IRS inspection.
Let's go. That's too good. All right, guys. So today's software release is Zeus version 0.6.6. As you can see, it's got some new features, reproducible builds for Android, some enhancements, and some bug fixes, guys. Zeus has been one of my favorite Lightning wallets. So shouts out to Evan and the people over there at Zeus. They're killing it. It's a great app. And of course, guys, go listen to us on the Google app, Spotify, and you can find us on Anchor FM. And if you really love what we're doing, you think we're providing value, guys, we are on Fountain and you can stream us sats. Man, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Speaking of happy Saturday, guys, check out representltd.com. Look at Opti's wearing the orange pill. That's right. That's right.
Honestly, this shirt is so lit. Let's
show
see
the back.
if you guys can see the back.
Show the back. Oof. Wow. Peaceful revolution on the bottom. That's right, guys.
Dude, this shirt's lit. I really like this shirt.
Bitcoin merch, simply Bitcoin merch soon. representltd.com, and you could take advantage of the promo code in the video description to get 10% off representltd.com. Yeah, it's literally a fucking badass shirt. Guys, that was a Saturday special. Thank you so much for joining us. It really helps if you share the video. That is the number one thing you could do to help us with the mysterious YouTube algorithm. Comment, like, and if you feel like this video provided you value, consider subscribing to Simply Bitcoin. We will see you guys on Monday. Have an amazing rest of your weekend.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.